Hi, scientists. The other day we made slime. Are you ready to make something that's even messier than slime? Now this one, I got a big container. A big container because I don't want the mess to go all over the place. But today we are going to make something called Oobleck. And Oobleck is really special. When we made slime the other day, and here it is, I can show it to you. I can pick it up. I can hold it in my hand. It's a solid. Something that's a solid, I can throw, I can hold. It's not going to ooze out. It's not a liquid. Water, like I have right here, is a liquid. If I pour water, I can't hold it in my hand. It can be held in a glass or in a container, but if I just pour water out on the countertop, it's just going to roll all over the place. Water is a liquid. Orange juice, milk, things like that are liquids. Things that are solid, like this slime, or this container, or this container, or even the blocks you play with, the food you eat is a solid. You can hold it, you could throw it up in the air. It's not going to ooze all over the place. It's not going to change its shape. Water and other liquids don't have a shape, really. They take the shape of the container. So this water looks like it does in this container because this is the shape of the container. But a solid, no matter what I do with it, it's not going to change its shape. I can pick this up and I can put it right there and it's still gonna look the same. I can put it on my head. I can take this container, no matter what I do to it, unless I cut it with a knife, it's not gonna look any different. Same with blocks that you play with or a piece of broccoli. Unless you chop it all up into tiny pieces with a knife, just having it sit there is not going to change. But water is a liquid, so it does that. Today we're going to be making something that I said is called Oobleck. And Oobleck, which sounds really cool, is also something that is really special. So I'm going to take some cornstarch and I'm going to pour it into this container here. Not sure that's quite enough, so I'm going to open up another container and add a little more. And what is special about Oobleck is we start off with cornstarch. And I'm going to start adding water. When the cornstarch and the water mix, it starts to kind of look like milk, kind of chunky milk. Gross kind of milk. Probably it would be stinky milk if it really was. But I'm going to start mixing, and it gets tough to mix. I will tell you, it gets tough to mix. But when you look at it, kind of moves around as you see the water. And the cornstarch mixes in with the water, and watch what is going to happen. Oh, as this mixes, it's going to get really hard for a little bit. Doesn't want to mix. Let's see. Tilt it this way so all of it can get covered up, all that cornstarch, and mix with that water. And in a second, I'm going to be able to hold this up for you to see. I'm going to roll it around, get it all. It doesn't mix like you would mix something with a spoon. All the liquid is going to get together with cornstarch. And look, it looks, I keep putting my hand down on it and I press down and it's kind of hard. I can dig into it and watch. I'm going to lift some up and look, I can squish this until it makes, gotta watch fast because watch what's going to happen, until it makes a ball. But then watch what happens when I put the ball on my fingers and I stop mushing it together. It just oozes. This is why we call it Oobleck, because it kind of oozes. And as it comes down, like if I put my hand underneath it and then start squeezing it, oh, I get a little ball again. As long as I squeeze it and press on it, it'll stay like a solid. It'll stay like a ball. So I get my ball and I'm going to squeeze it real hard so you can see it. There's my ball. But as soon as I stop squeezing it and just let it sit, it's going to start oozing again. So Oobleck sometimes can be a solid. When I hold it and press on it, I can make it into a solid, but it changes as soon as I stop. Because look, now it's all stuck to my hand. Ooh, and I was able to pick it off. See how it got hard? As it sticks to my hand, it got hard. When it's in this container, I can press really hard. It's really hard to get up. So every time I pick it up, oh look, I got this huge chunk. I'm going to squish it really hard. Oh, so then it kind of looks like, it kind of looks like my slime, except as soon as I start pressing on it, it oozes again. This is a special kind of thing. It's called a non-Newtonian mixture, basically, because it doesn't keep its shape. It doesn't stay as a liquid, and it doesn't stay as a solid. It's kind of a weird name for it, but it doesn't stay as a liquid and it doesn't stay as a solid. The name comes from a scientist who would make Oobleck. Not make Oobleck, but who discovered solids and liquids and did a lot of work with solids and liquids. Somehow, somebody came up with making this, and it doesn't fall into any of those categories. I have my ball. Here's my ball of my Oobleck again. Oh, let's see if I can keep it into a ball. I'm going to try. Do you think I can do it? Do you think I can do it? I'm going to hold it right there, and look. Oh, it starts to ooze. And it starts to ooze, and there it goes. It starts oozing down. It doesn't keep its shape. Oobleck is really fun to play with because you can just get really messy. And you can try really hard. You even, if you did it in a bucket outside, you could even stand on it. Because when you press down, it stays a solid. So if I put my hand right on top, not a lot gets on it because I press down really hard and it keeps its shape. But if I just put my hand on it and try and pick it up, and then, oh, it's going to start oozing. And when it hits the container, it just oozes out to look like a big container of glue. It's lots of fun to play with, friends. So maybe ask mom and dad, say, hey, can we watch the science thing so you know what to do? It's just cornstarch and water. You just mix some cornstarch and water together and you will get Oobleck. But you definitely need mom and dad's help because you don't want to make too big of a mess in the kitchen. Maybe you could do it outside. It'd be lots of fun. Have a good day, everybody. I'll see you next time.